Morning, Nino.
Yeah.
Good morning. Did you sleep yet?
Yeah, just getting on duty about an hour ago.
Yep.
Sleeping in, huh? Early bird gets worms, boys. That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It was surprised didn't see you on duty or around today, Nino. Sleeping in on the weekend?
I was up 17 hours yesterday.
Are you pre-crying right now?
Hmm?
Is that pre-crying?
No, it's answering a question.
Okay. How's everything? How's everything going?
Decent, I guess. How about
Decent.
yourself?
Decent. I can't complain. Life's good. I'm
Yeah.
very excited with Turner here.
Yeah, that's good.
What?
If you have spares here, I'll make it fit.
What was that?
Um,
I do have to say I'm very grateful. While I love Moss, it is very, very nice to have Turner here who stands on business.
Yep. As opposed to acting that way. So,
Yes.
what is this meeting in regards to? Because
Well, I thought you wanted to meet because you've been calling me.
No,
Like,
no.
we're gonna
I think
talk,
everything Turner and I sorted out already.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so nothing we need to talk about anymore. I'm just chopped liver. Is that what it is?
No, it's because I think we got everything sorted. I mean, I think last night we got the toast shit. So, I got to send that email to, the tow bosses. See if we can get the photos of local cars.
That would be good, yeah.
Yep.
Just got done filling them in on that situation. Dealing with those local cars and in tow and what led to it. So.
Yep. There's a meeting there's going to be a DOJ meeting today in 3 hours. Probably going to be covering like penal code stuff. We'll see how that goes. I mean, the long and short of it is either we come to a resolution or otherwise I'm going to be contesting all the judicial powers shit.
Okay, I got a question. Is there, so as far as performance parts goes and using that in a commission of a crime, is there anything we're going to see from the DOJ, or is that something that we can propose?
You're touching on like the very core of like one of many issues. I probably got to write them down so I don't forget.
Okay,
I'll give you the breakdown, right?
Yeah.
Everything that is legislated still needs to be within scope of everything else, right?
Okay.
So in other words, the judicial powers still needs to be scoped to the Constitution, which underlines that the DOJ is a legislative authority that, mind you, has legal authority over legal and judicial matters, right? There was a statement by these state officials that further elaborates on that. In other words, their authority is limited to their rulings in court, which one would argue is common sense, but like, so in other words, like, ruling is made, precedent is made, etc., etc. In the judicial powers, we allowed, after collectively reviewing, them to be the mechanism by which the penal code changes, right? Mechanism meaning that common law changes or new legislation comes into place that needs new charges, that they're the ones that go and like add the shit in. However, and this was understood in previous meetings, but somehow they kind of, for some reason, decided upon themselves to come up with laws on their own accord, which to my understanding wasn't even through consultation with the LSPD, number one. Like, while y'all may have gotten a review document, they workshopped themselves what they themselves believed needed to be illegal. Hence came a series of pieces of contraband based on the inference that things like jump boots only came from the cargo ship, which I'm just going to say is outright cringe as fuck. Because the moment we start functioning in that sort of capacity, like, that's just not going to happen on my watch, right? We believe something pops out of this particular place because of fuck out of here. That's not going to happen. But that opens up the avenue of, well, does that mean all engine parts are illegal? You know what I mean? Like, are we going down the route that bet may only be found via races? Like, all kinds of fucking cringe arguments, therefore making every single police, you know, engine
Right,
and
I see what you're saying.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not going to entertain that because
Okay.
yeah.
All right, sounds good.
So
Yeah, I bet at that.
yeah.
I thought there was something we needed to talk about.
Okay. Yeah. So with that said, I'm sure Turner can fill you in on some of the plans we have for making things illegal, and it's more focused on the police department investigating, working with the legislative authorities, and us putting like comprehensive legislation in place that also underlines why certain things do become illegal, like the Polito laptops that suppose may or may not exist.
Yeah, we need to just create that, do those investigations, make sure we prove where they come from, how they're used, how it's utilized in crime, have it properly documented, and push it forth. You know, get legislation made and provide that as evidence to that legislation as to why it should be illegal.
Yeah. Is this one of those moments where you ask a question and then you lose interest and now you're foggy and like?
No, I'm just listening.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I'm just why so
well, I don't know.
hostile today, Nino,
I was like,
you know?
was expecting more of a response. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just listening. You know, you told me to talk to Turner about it, and he's
Oh,
going to inform me. And I don't
okay.
think. I think outside of that, it's like, you know, I just remember when, you know, we used to be friends, and now you. Just,
We are friends.
Now I'm just fucking chopped liver.
Chopped
liver. You got a new best friend.
I have an active chief of police. Like, what do you want from me?
Nothing. I don't know. Maybe a cup of coffee. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. I had sex with a pussy that was too tight last night. You know, that whole.
Oh yeah, Jesus fucking Christ! I left I went to dinner and I got a Valentine's card, and then I left the card at the table unintentionally, and now I think I need to dump her because now I risk being in that relationship for an extended period of time, and then all of a sudden she might be like, remember that card I gave you? And then I'm gonna be like, fuck, I left it at the dinner table that night.
Oh, that's not good.
No. So
okay, yeah, that was it. You know, I just missed the talks. Trying to, you know.
you're here. We're here. I mean, you tell me what you want to talk about. Like, you know what I mean?
Turner's
I'm
been
still
great.
waking up.
It's been nice. Been nice. Dealing with having Turner around. You know. Thank you.
I would like to get an understanding. Is it dark around right now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him here and I think you guys might be interested in this conversation as well.
We just got done with the conversation with him
Oh,
just before
okay.
you were here. Just stepping a little my voice just a little bit here.
Oh, he might have gone to sleep.
Oh yeah, he said he'd be back in a couple hours though.
Okay, so where I'm gonna speak frankly with y'all, and I'm not trying to say this beyond this circle, because you know I know how things stir and people get accused of shit. I'm very confused over all this classified shit, because everything in that document is supposedly classified. Yet we have a deputy. I was told yesterday Princess is running around learning information on these topics. And I was going to say something like, hey, that's not our job. Like actively trying to find out things about the plague and like talking to the doctor and like all kinds of shit like that. And I'm like, But not just that, half the city's like involved in this shit. So what's going on? You know what I mean? That's aside from the state announcement that happened last night. You know what I mean? So I'd like
I'm
to get
not
my
sure
bearings
what,
on things.
I'm not sure where who's talking, why they're talking, or how people are getting all this information. I mean, I think it's hard for people to ignore the fact that we got, you know, law enforcement, EMS running around in hazmat suits at times. I think it's hard for them to ignore the fact that, you know, things are happening at the Lighthouse, at Humane Labs.
Right.
You know, I don't think it's too hard to put two and two together. Hospital lockdown, you know, cordoned off. People weren't allowed inside at some point. Pretty easy to make a presumption as to what's going on there. In terms of details, I can't speak for.
Yeah, it's trying to understand like the like what is our I'd like to understand how we're supposed to operate. I do think part of it is the unfortunate nature of Dark is usually awake around this time, and transparently it's pretty dead, and all the shit pops off in shift 1 and 2. So the pace that which he is looking at things is inherently slower than the pace at which everything is going down, right? And some of the classified nature of these things may not actually be understood by those who were not given this document, right? So it makes it very difficult for me, for example, to know how to operate, because it sounds like most of the city knows more than that's in this document and is openly talking about it. Then, you know, I want to get caught up not telling someone something I need to be telling them, while oddly being silent because I got this document while the entire city yaps about it. You get what I'm saying?
Well, it's classified. The document shouldn't be seen by others, but it also says at the same time you can disseminate that information to people who need it as well in the same sentence, pretty much.
True.
He asked everything but that last page. Is one thing they haven't confirmed, so they don't want to create some sort of panic over that.
I gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
It's written in there somewhere. I actually read it. So somewhere in the first 1 or 2 pages, it says you're welcome to disseminate it, but nobody should see this document besides the people who are listed.
But to use an example, right? If we have another mayor's office actively speaking with Isaac Smith in regards to all this stuff.
Oh, they're going that far.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's the doctor you're talking about. Okay. Not just
yeah.
a research doctor or something along those lines. Okay.
Right. So
they just
it's not
transported patient 0. That's what the meeting with Dark was about. So
the one just now?
Just now, yeah. Were you aware of that situation?
No.
Okay, so that's what we were getting briefed on. Peters, you're present for that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the doctor that was recovered in the sewers on the 12th with the symbols on his body and whatnot, he is patient 0. He's been transported to Sandy Medical and is going to be treated as well as looked over, I believe, by the SEMA director, if I'm not mistaken. Watson, is that right?
Yeah, Perry Watson.
I believe it's Watson that's going to look over him, as well as some other doctors. I'm going to be doing tests to try to push from there. Supposedly there's a large amount of rats and flies that are congregating in that area as well right now.
And it's actually fucking insane how many flies there were up there. And just dead rats showing up. It's dying.
So we're trying to stay away from that area, but at least we have some progress on where patient 0 is and how it's going. I believe there's a video that he said is going to be coming out as well from the actual sewer line of torture. So we'll see once that report's put out.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. We'll see what transpires from that.
My feeling is a lot of that stuff is like hocus pocus turned into like reality. How do you deal with hocus pocus as law enforcement?
Turner and I were talking about that. I don't know.
Well, we continue and focus on what we have in front of us, right? We have a disease in front of us. We have patient 0 now.
I think we need Richard.
Start.
No. Wachowski. He's the director of the ERP unit.
Who? ERP unit?
You know what that is,
What
Peters.
department has the ERP unit?
No, I
We
inform
do.
people against
Los
ERP.
Santos County.
What's ERP stand for?
Erotic role play.
See, I told you, people are doing that like crazy, Turner.
Is that
Yeah.
the club you're part of there?
You get, well,
No, it's
You-
there's a disease that tends to happen in closed compartments, like houses and whatnot, where people get very intimate with dice and whatnot. And some of that has been making its way outside of private areas into the public, resulting in, you know, the syphilis outbreak and whatnot. And take a look at ERPbusters.com. Mr. Richard is not only a doctor and somebody who has been able to decontaminate the various bodily fluids that have made its way throughout the city, but in fact, he has, oddly enough, is the one guy that actually broke down how our DNA systems work and provided that information over the police department many months ago. Yeah.
There's a terrifying photo of Carmine.
Yep. One of many. But going back to my point, that is one thing that I'd really like to understand from Dark is like, I don't know, it's very odd. I don't know. Oh, wait, tsunami time. I love how Nino's saying this without laughing. Yeah, I know, right? Meeting time.